In this editorial, we will discuss the current coronavirus vaccination program situation in India. Ramping up supply. Ramp up means to increase something. So, title says that India needs to increase the supply of coronavirus vaccination. Spikes, dips in vaccination rates are normal. Spike means an increase in something. Dips means a decline in something. So editorial says that during any vaccination program, sometimes we see vaccination rate is high and sometimes vaccination rate is low. But India needs to guard against the slackening. Slackening means to make something, you can say that if you lose something, we should be very alert to guard. Guard means to be protective. We should be alert and we should not allow any type of looseness. Less than a month after the center revised its vaccination policy, so it is just 1 month. And what did the central government do 1 month ago? The central government revised its vaccination policy and took over. When you take over means you take under, you can say that when you take over something, you assume the charge of that thing. Take over the responsibility of vaccination procurement. Procurement means to purchase from the states. So what happened before 1 month? The vaccination policy was changed, and what happened during that change? The central government has given the task to the states that they would purchase or they would procure the coronavirus vaccine. But now it is the sole responsibility of the central government that it will purchase the coronavirus vaccine and then it will distribute to all the states. Old worries of a supply constraint means obstacle, appear to have resurfaced. So again we see that it seems that obstacles have come before distributing the coronavirus vaccine. Resurface means to come again, where if anything comes again in front of you, it is called resurfaced. The center's COVID database show that the weekly pace means speed of vaccination has declined. Decline means reduction to nearly 60% of what was seen in the week after June 21. So you can say that after June 21 or June 21 to June 27, it was, you can say that the coronavirus vaccination program, the speed of coronavirus vaccination program was high, but now the pace of vaccination has decreased and it has decreased nearly 60%, causing several states, means causing many states, particularly in South India, to complain of a shortage. So at present we see a lot of complaints are being filed by the states of South India. On June 21, the first day of the new policy. And what was that new policy? In that new policy, the central government took the charge of vaccine procurement from the states. So on June 21, 91 lakh doses were administered, and until June 27, it was about 4 crore. So editorial says that on June 21, we saw that the central government distributed 91 lakh doses of coronavirus. Administer means to distribute, and until June 27. And what was the data until June 27? It was about 4 crore. So till June 27, the central government has distributed around or about 4 crore doses of vaccine. The period July 5 to 11 saw only 2.3 crore vaccination doses dispensed. Dispense means to give. So editorial says that during the period 5 July to 11 July, we have distributed, or the central government has distributed, only 2.3 crore vaccine dose. The center's move to take over vaccine administration followed a chaotic April-May when the second wave roiled India with unprecedented ferocity. Ferocity means intensity. Ferocity means intensity of something. Unprecedented means something that has never happened before. When something roils a situation, it makes the situation disturbed. It makes the situation confused. So what happened during April-May? We saw the second wave of coronavirus, and it was unprecedented. It was the first time that we saw the coronavirus in full ferocity. And after that, chaotic means, you can say that chaos means unorganized. If you see a situation is chaotic, means there is no law and order, or you can say that the situation is completely in an unorganized form. So during the April-May, and it was the time of second wave of coronavirus. So after that period, the central government took the charge of vaccine administration or vaccine distribution. This was also the time that saw a surge. Surge means an increase in something, in vaccine demand. So during that time, during the second wave of coronavirus in India, we saw a surge in vaccine demand, and the country being unable to deliver, and India was unable to fulfill that demand. Why? Because of an underestimation of the need and demand, because the India couldn't determine the need and demand of vaccine. Underestimation. Estimation means when you calculate something, that how much vaccine will you need in near future. So the central government couldn't calculate the demand and need of coronavirus vaccine. So that's why we saw the shortage of coronavirus vaccine during this period. The heady week means very powerful week of June 21 to 27 saw 60 lakh vaccines a day becoming the norm. So from June 21 to June 27, we saw nearly 60 lakh doses a day were being distributed. However, after that, the last time India crossed, and it had become norm. What had become norm? The coronavirus vaccination dose per day, 60 lakh distribution per day. The last time India crossed the Delhi figure was July 3. So editorial says that after July 3, we saw the reduction in coronavirus vaccine distribution. It was not 60 lakh. At least 86 lakh doses have to be administered every day if all Indian adults are to be. We use R2 to show our future plan. We use is2, R2, M2 to show our future plan. I am to read tonight, and it is my future plan, so I will use M2. They are to leave today. It is future plan of some persons. Likewise is to. So if all Indian adults are to be fully vaccinated by the year end, if we want to vaccinate all adults of India by this year, then we need to distribute 60 lakh doses per day. Have to means it is to be done, administered. Okay. So beginning this week, the daily doses have again slipped to 30 to 40 lakh. So editorial says that again this week we saw, you can say that we saw reduction in coronavirus vaccine distribution, and it was 30 to 40 lakh per day. And what we need 86 lakh doses per day to be administered. Though this is better than in May. Editorial says that though this is better than in May, when India struggled to provide even 20 lakh doses a day. During the month of May, we were unable to provide 20 lakh doses a day, but now at least we are providing 30 to 40 lakh doses of coronavirus vaccine per day. So you can say that if we compare our data to May, then you can say that then the situation is better. There are two major concerns. Concern means worry with the slackening pace. If we lose our speed, so editorial says that there are two major worries related to the, you can say that, slackening of pace. One, India still has managed to inoculate means to vaccinate only 33% of its adult population with at least one dose. So editorial says that only 33% of Indian population has been vaccinated with one dose, and just about 8% have been fully vaccinated, and those who have received two doses of coronavirus are only 8%. At this rate, it is impossible for the center to deliver on its stated goal. Stated goal means the goal that was said by the central government of inoculating. Inoculate means to vaccinate all Indian adults by the year end. So editorial says that our speed of vaccination is very slow. At present, we have vaccinated only 8% of people, and only 8% of people have been fully vaccinated. So editorial said that, and the Indian government has announced that by the end of this year, we would have inoculated all Indian adults. So editorial said that with this rate we cannot achieve our goal. Second, the signs are apparent. When something is apparent means it is very clear to you everywhere of an uptick. Uptick means an increase in something, in cases. So editorial said that we see everywhere the signs of increase in cases of coronavirus. The US, the only country with more cases than India. So editorial says that the US is number 1 and India is number 2, and as far as coronavirus cases are concerned, after a month of reporting less than 15,000 cases. So if we talk about the data of US, so the US was reporting 15,000 cases a day, and like India, but now US is seeing over 40,000 cases a day. So editorial says that we cannot say that the coronavirus has reduced. No, it is again growing. So the data of US shows that previously we saw a reduction in coronavirus cases, and these were 15,000 cases a day, and now again the cases of coronavirus have increased, and at present 40,000 cases a day. There has also been a rise, means increase there in daily deaths. So daily deaths due to coronavirus have increased. A similar acceleration, when you accelerate something, you can say that you improve that thing, and a similar acceleration is also visible in the UK, and both these countries, editorial said that a similar acceleration, you can say that you can see an increase in coronavirus cases in the UK also, and both these countries have vaccinated a large fraction, means large group of their adults. So editorial says that these are the countries, it means if we talk about the US and the UK, so these are the countries who have vaccinated a large group, a large section, a large fraction of their adults. India, while better off than in May. Better off means India is, you can say that, in a good condition than in May. If we compare to May, then you can say that India is in a good condition. Still averages about 800-1000 deaths a day. Still we are facing 800 to 1000 deaths a day due to coronavirus. So it is far from being out of the wood. If you are out of the woods, it means you are out of the danger. You are out of danger. Even as at the same time, economic activity appears means seems to have near normalized in many parts. In many parts of India, we see that economic activity has normalized, but still we are not out of danger. We are still not out of danger. The center continues to put the onus. We use on preposition after onus. Onus means responsibility. The center says that it is the responsibility of states for planning, but doesn't address. Address means to provide a solution. A concern means worry. Of inadequate means insufficient covaxin supplies. So the center continues to put the onus on states for planning. So continuously the central government says that every state should plan against the coronavirus, but the union government doesn't solve the worry of insufficient covaxin supplies. It has ordered at least 8 crore doses since January, but only 4.7 crore have been administered. So editorial said that since January the central government has ordered for minimum 8 crore doses, but we have received only 4.7 crore doses. The concerns means worries over a third wave have been voiced. Voice means to say in support of something, but meaningful preparedness, intel means to make something necessary, having enough vaccine. Editorial said that yes, a lot of people say that we may have to face the third wave of coronavirus, but editorial said that if we prepare ourselves well, so it is necessary that we must have enough vaccines. While daily vaccination rates still see spike and dips, editorial said that if we talk about daily vaccination rates, then we see sometimes an increase and sometimes a decline. Aggressive publicity measures. Aggressive, when you are aggressive means you do something forcefully. If you are aggressive in something, it means you are doing that thing forcefully. Aggressive publicity measures means steps. And campaign means a planned set of activities are necessary to boost, means to increase vaccination. If we want to increase vaccination, then we must do campaigns, or we must take some steps for the vaccination program, as was seen in end June, as we did during end June. The center and states must work towards sprucing this up. If you spruce something up, it means you improve that thing, you make it look more impressive. You editorial said that if you spruce something up, it means you make it appear more clean. So it is you can say that it is the duty of the central government and all states that they should work together so that the situation may be improved.